Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this one more time. Peace, everybody. It's the Grand Scheme of Crypto back at you once again with the live stream this time. Excuse me, background noise. My son is in the background, also creating content. So, because we all have to work around here. But just wanted to take a look at some charts today and give you guys some live charting and let you guys know I'm not an expert by any means, and nothing said here should be considered financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and I'm just pretty much providing this for educational purposes and just letting you guys see kind of what I do and what has kind of helped me, um, as far as trading and as far as just my analysis and just help me with my decision making in the market. So, and I hope it can help some of you kind of learn on your own and maybe motivate some of you to start to learn and maybe get yeah, learn to acquire the skill of analysis. So, with that being said, we're taking a look at Bitcoin just to start it off right here and just to let you guys know, like I said, I'm not an expert. And one thing that I like to do, that's very simple to, especially for people who are beginners, is to start off by look for patterns. So pattern trading and also key levels. So it's two of the easiest things that I think that you could kind of start with that you can kind of use to help you kind of make your own decisions in the market, because even though you always do, but like I said, many people rely on YouTubers, rely on influencers, so on and so forth to kind of give them plays, tell them when to buy, so on and so forth. And like I said, nobody should be influencing your decisions but you, and that's why it's key that you learn at least and gain some sort of understanding of the analysis for yourself, because technical analysis is much more effective as far as any market than fundamental analysis, which is things like news, um, news, anything news related, utility, all of that stuff gets trumped at the end of the day by the actual chart analysis, depending on how long the chart has actually been in existence. So, as far as my understanding, so with that being said, let's take a look at Bitcoin, right? And as you can see here, I was already looking at Bitcoin for a potential short up here, or if it ever gets to here, just trying to see how big this range was, right? So, and falling wedges, just for anybody who don't know, this is rising wedges. This is a rising wedge pattern that Bitcoin is in, right? So it's very easy to recognize some of these patterns once you start, what I just pretty much draw lines. So that's what works for me. I'm not an artist, but I like drawing these lines and looking for patterns because, like I said, it's the easiest thing, and it's kind of fun to do on these charts, in my opinion. So for me, so I saw that this was a rising wedge and it is a bearish pattern. And so usually, and what these green lines here, these are wicks, um, these are gap wicks. So if you want to learn more about gaps, I might do more of a video on gaps later on here. But for now, I won't get too much into it just because it's still something that I'm kind of learning to use myself, and I don't want to confuse anybody by trying to talk about something that I don't have a complete understanding of myself yet. So, or my own understanding of it. So, but it's something I'm trying out. And so, with that being said, as you can see here, like I said, I love patterns. Bitcoin's is currently sitting at $18,879. It's green for the day. The day just started, so we'll see what happens. It's what, Thursday, so we'll see what happens. In my experience, these lines tend to get rode, you know. these lines, you know, these lines tend to get rode, to be honest. And this is the daily chart. But we'll go in and take a little bit of a closer look. And as you can see on the, and once you couple the patterns, and also the key levels, and, with the gaps as well. So, and key levels are things like what I've marked here, what I've marked. Uh, I haven't really marked any key levels, but things like, so right here, you can call this a key level, right? So, there's more, a little bit more stringent rules when it comes to like identifying key levels. Like it has the actual token has to have, you know, touched a certain price or returned to retraced to a certain price at least, you know, so many times. And so that's something you want to keep in mind too when marking out your key levels. I just kind of draw lines anywhere where I think that it kind of stopped or retraced to. I always mark it as like a level of like, okay, that's a key level, you know, where it had some resistance or whether it, you know, had some support. I always mark those levels. So, and then down here we have some more key levels of support. So pretty much, as you can see, these levels, some of these lines that I drew before I started this video. So like this one here, and as you can see, it bounced, it wicked right below this line, and I marked this line before I even made this video. And this, I got this line from here. So, you know, right here, and then it came down and back again, wick down again here, and it wick down, barely almost touched it again here, but it was starting to, I guess, uptrend a little bit. So, but yeah, so that's how I kind of mark my key levels, you know. But if you go further back, you can kind of see like it was at this level again way back here in December of 2020. So yeah, so you want to just zoom out sometimes and, you know, kind of see those key levels of where it can potentially return to, where you have your potential supports, right? And so we could, you know, we it could be over here, right? This could be it. We could bounce, but in order for that to, you know, be true, we have to get above this. I guess this is a triangle that it's forming here, or this could be another wedge. But we have to break above this line here and then close above it. Um, More so on the daily chart, but you know, close above it on one of the lower time frames might indicate something, but or might indicate a fake out. But so you really never know. But a close on the daily chart would indicate that we might be potentially heading out of this, you know, this wedge, or potentially changing the trend to start heading upwards. So that's it on the daily chart. But let's zoom in a little bit more so I can show you guys what I'm talking about this line, about riding the line. Like, you know, as you can see here, boom. So here's where, so it was in the wedge, right? It broke out of the wedge and then it started another pattern. And this pattern, let's see, I don't know if it's a wedge. So this is a descending triangle. So all we'll do is we'll say, okay, as you can see, rising wedge, generally a bearish. And these can be, you know, these can be either way. It could be a bullish signal sometimes. So, and what do we say? Descending triangle. Descending triangle is a bearish chart pattern. So here's the descending triangle, right? This is how what it looks like, right? But and also this is what it looks like if it was to break out of the triangle instead of being bearish. This is how it looks if it breaks out. So if it breaks out above, it could potentially move up. If it breaks out below, then it's heading down. So, and typically I think it's like 5 touches you want to confirm that a pattern is valid, right? So you can see this wedge here. So 1, 2, 3, like just 4, 5. So, you know, I guess I mean, but I just, like I said, I just draw the pattern. Sometimes I don't follow those rules because those rules, like I said, they could, you know, you just never know. Sometimes the pattern might be valid, and trying to stick to those rules, not, you know, take a trade and then, you know, it worked out. It turns out that it was actually, you know, it was valid. So don't, you know, these rules are, they are bendable in my opinion. So just keep that in mind. And so yeah, like I said, writing these lines. So this is a descending triangle. It's a bearish pattern, right, as we could see. And so what you want to look for is it to break below this line right here. If we lose this, then it'll just continue heading down, right? But it'll likely use this line as continued resistance or whatever it is. I don't know why, but it rides these lines. It tends to ride these lines. So this could be a triangle right now, but it can turn into a, it can, you know, easily turn into a wedge. Let's see. So I'll just like draw from here to there, and then you'll say, okay, there's your wedge, right? So, and typically when I draw these lines, they're respected. So, and when they're not respected, then I'll say, okay, that line wasn't valid because, it didn't get respected. So, okay, that just came out of nowhere. But typically when I draw these lines, they're respected, as you can see. I'll even see if I can go back if I have some analysis from before. Oh no, this is clean. No, I don't. So I think I have something on. Let's look at BTC dominance. So yeah, as you can see, let's look at BTC dominance too, and how this correlates to Bitcoin. Quiet, my boy. How this correlates to Bitcoin is as dominance drops, more of the other altcoins like Ethereum kind of get to do their own thing, right? So let's see. So yeah, this is all analysis, like as you can see that I didn't do now. This was all here before. So this was I think this is a what falling. This is a wedge or what? What is this? Let me zoom out. This is the 4 hour. So this is all without even getting into indicators. We haven't even talked about indicators yet. And as you can see, just using patterns, you guys can really at least learn to make your own decisions in trading. At least for some of the more obvious trades, in my opinion. And then use indicators, especially the more simple ones like the RSI, to kind of just confirm those trades and confirm your entries, and so on and so forth, in my opinion. So, but look at these patterns. Like this is a descending what triangle or a wedge. I don't know what that is. What is this? This is like a falling wedge, I guess. Some of these patterns is like so descending, so it's like so yeah, falling wedge. So falling wedge is a bullish signal. So a sliding price is starting to lose momentum, right? So that's how you guys have to do, and then you boom. So once the streamer breaks out of above this, it'll start to move back up as far as dominance is concerned, and then you have a key level here, and then you have resistance here because when you zoom out, it's in a bigger falling wedge. It's in a bigger falling wedge on a daily time frame. So falling wedge here, and then you have a bigger falling wedge here. So it has to break this in order to keep moving upwards. And I don't think this is going to get broken, honestly. I think this thing is going to get rejected. It's going to start to move back up, maybe get rejected here, and then maybe get rejected here, and then start to come back down. You know what I mean? But who knows how long this will all take to play out, right? But as you can see on the bigger time frame, this could move into next year, right? And the Bitcoin, so we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. You know, I honestly want to say that this line I drew right here was respected. Look at this. I didn't draw this. This is live stream, so you guys saw me pull up this chart. Oop, this was respected. Like it's not spot on, but look at that. Come on, man. Like when it comes to these charts, when I draw something, I'm telling you, I don't know what's gonna call me God hand out here. No, but no, just kidding, guys. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up, man. We could take a look at. Nobody's in here, so I would do some requests if somebody was in here. But you know, for BTC, like I said, let's look at it again. For BTC, like I said, it's dropping right now. Still a good if you look at it, still a good time to pay if you're dollar cost averaging, $18,890, a very good zone, a very good buy zone, right? And then of course you have all of these levels here. So if we continue further down, all of these levels here is where I'll be looking to continue my DCA. $11,457, $13,266, $14,797, and I'm going to adjust these values because some of these numbers I don't like. So personally, I would set my buys with some different values. But like I said, this is where I look to kind of pick up and scoop up more Bitcoin. And yeah, and like I said, guys, when trading, always start with a daily chart and then work your way down to kind of get more of a closer look as far as what's going on. Let's see, what else can we take a look at? I guess ETH. I've already charted some of these already. As you can see, I was playing with Fibonacci's on ETH a couple of days ago. I don't normally use fibs, so this might be, you know, don't get on my case about this. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know about this Fibonacci. I don't know about this Fibonacci. So we'll go ahead and knock it off there. Shh, chill, son. You gotta stop complaining when you get wrecked. Jeez. Get this kid his own room. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I had a long there. I just like teasing them. But yeah, so let's see. Move that up. So as you can see here, this is a little bit of a different pattern. This is a ascending wedge. Shh, keep it down, son. This is an ascending wedge. So let's take a look at what an ascending wedge. Let's see. So you guys are gonna learn something during this live stream here if you take a look at it. So what is a rising wedge or rising wedge? It's the opposite of a falling wedge. So it's a bearish chart pattern that signals an imminent breakout to the downside. So, shh, son, what did you say? Jeez, see, you got him. There you go. Jeez, this guy. Make sure you guys support the channel. All of your donations, guys. Make sure you guys support the channel. They all go to V-Bucks and to this guy's fund to get his own room so he can vent as much as he wants.
I can pick out my game room.
Oh boy, so here's what Ethereum looks like. It looks like we're inside of one of these gaps here. And this was using the gaps and wicks indicator. This is by TradingView themselves. I'm not sure if you have to have Pro to have it, but I have Pro. So you guys can check out the gaps and wicks indicators for yourself as well and learn more about it. Just to let you, for those of you who are interested. I normally have the 50 EMA pulled up as well, but it's not on this chart here. So that's another indicator you want to use that's pretty popular. That's just one EMA that you can get started with. So as you can see, like I said, guys, I like patterns, so I go by patterns. That's like my biggest thing. Let's see. So it broke out of this ascending wedge here, right? Rising wedge, and now that it's broken out, it's, you know, we can be in a free fall to the downside. And so this is when you start looking at key levels. So 1, and then you'll say, or I'll say 2, and there we go. And so 14, I think I've heard someone else say 1418 is a level that it can return to, right? And that's the more likely one, right? Come back down here. As you can see, it already bounced here. And then next is somewhere around here, right? If things really get bad. And then below that, I've already had some levels marked out. We have about $1,000, which it was just at back in June. And then we have $935, right? And you can see how these gaps and wicks come into play. So, you know, these are the wicks, these are the gaps, these big areas. So check out that indicator for yourselves. Like I said, guys, it's something I'm experimenting with. And then, like I said, once you take a look at the pattern, then you take a look at the indicators. Stochastic RSI, MACD, it's red. Pretty much for the MACD, the percent K, there's a percent K line, there's a percent D line. I'm not sure which one is which. You guys can decipher it. Go look it up. But pretty much once the blue crosses over the orange, we're pretty much about to change trends, right? And once the opposite happens, the orange crosses over below the blue, or the orange crosses above the blue, then like you see here, then we're heading down. So boom. and stochastic. Once we're above 80, then we're oversold. I think it's below 20, then we're overbought. Oh, I'm sorry, overbought is above 80, oversold is below 20. So, and like I said, oversold indicates that we're going to be, um, retracing yeah, overbought indicates that we're going to be. I'm sorry, overbought indicates we're going to be retracing. Oversold indicates that we're going to be um, likely bouncing soon. So, and these are things you can look up. Like I said, nothing is financial advice. Just trying to provide as much education as I can and entertainment as I can and help everybody learn and grow, right? But I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing is financial advice. Okay. All right, and so I think we can wrap it up, man. I gave you guys some nice information, some very good patterns, some very good things to check out, and like I said, an easy trading strategy you guys can use just using patterns. So we'll take a look at XRP since I had that one listed. I gotta hurry up and get out of this guy right here. Let's see. So XRP, where are we sitting at? 32 cents. Yeah, so 32 cents. It's just chilling. Yeah, if you're not grabbing XRP right now, especially with what's going on with XRP, I'm not sure you guys heard, but there was some news yesterday. I didn't even there was some news, and there's some news coming in November about XRP and Hedera hash graph, which is H bar. So if you guys aren't buying some of these, all of these coins that are part of the ISO 200, I think it's 222, you guys better start buying them. I don't know how long you guys have, but I think when regulation comes in, I think a lot of these coins are really going to start, this SEC case. I think a lot of things are going to start happening with all of that. So now is the time to really stack, in my opinion, guys. So just putting that out there. And as you can see, XRP. Let's see. Let's move this. So we're on the daily chart right now. It's a very good time to buy, in my opinion. Like I said, I don't think you will see level prices like this. We haven't seen prices like this since November of 2020, and like I said, man, I don't think you'll see prices like this ever again on XRP. Like, it was at what, 87 cents, and I didn't think it would ever be back down here. And so we could see even lower prices on XRP very soon. We could get an 11-cent XRP. When was this? So that's how I mark the key levels. I just go down here. So we could get a 10-cent XRP if we're lucky. Hey. We could get a 10-cent XRP if we're lucky. I know some people probably don't want it to drop that low, but yeah, we could get the 10-cent XRP for sure. And so we just dropped off this trend line here. So yeah, we definitely could be heading lower. So I'll mark out another level here, probably right here. Yeah, we could bounce here, but if we don't, we'll go through it. And then maybe we'll bounce there. All right, but if not, likely coming down more. So and there could be a level in between this, like right here, and then right here. Well, these are wicks. This is two gaps, and then these are wicks. So it kind of helps you to mark out some of the key levels. But yeah, so this is what you're looking at. If we do come down, we'll come down slow, right? And this is where we have supports. So that's what you're looking at. And unless it can start to form something here, and maybe a bounce here and start to form an uptrend, right? So that's what we're looking at for XRP. 32 cents, man. I'm stacking it. I'm gonna stack me some XRP right here. A little emergency fund, right? And keep adding to my bags and put it on your ledger. So that's it for this one. not much else to really say about it. I mean, like I said, man, not much else to say about it. I mean, you see what happened. I was looking at it back here, and what was this? December of 21. I charted out these couple of patterns here. And as you can see, it's like, look, when you draw, this is in January of 22, and then April of 22. You see how these lines maintain respect if you extend them out. So some of your patterns can kind of start getting all over the place, and it's because I believe that patterns are some of the most important things in crypto that people don't pay attention to. Like people like to pay attention to the more complicated things like fibs and things like that. But I think that simply just patterns, like just simple patterns, are like some of the most important things in crypto that can, help you determine what the market is going to do, in my opinion. But that's just me. Like I said, not financial advice. So let's go ahead and wrap it up here. So we're going to see more crypto. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm out. Peace.